Okay, hey, it's Tuesday morning, and as one of my friends on TikTok, a great creator, says, she says, these men are delulu. And here's another delulu man, Arcos, and he somehow wears a Batman costume in his little image. He's Batman, but he's all upset about these videos that I make, which talk about matriarchy and the creative power of women and the nature of men and the nature of women, and how some men like didn't get the memo. Some men are upset about women's creative power and that this is at the heart of male rage and actually patriarchy. And so Batman says that the videos which I make, they're made on phones which are made by men. And again, these men, they're always wrong. And the computer technology was invented by a woman, Linda Lovelace, and Hedy Lamarr invented the technology, frequency hopping, which enables Wi-Fi, so it enables the whole thing. And as my husband says, these phones were probably assembled by women in China. So at every point, Batman is wrong, but of course they're always wrong. And then even he says also we all come from a man. That's where our starting point was. He is so delulu. Delulu. I love that word way too much. Delulu. Batman is so delulu that he thinks we all are created by men. And it's like, what? Like, you can ejaculate all you want, but it's not going to be a baby from that. And the sperm is just little and tiny. And the egg is huge by comparison. And all these, all these lies that the sperm are all these, exceptional swimmers and the bravest sperm finds the egg. No, they're all just in there lost. And you need like a million of them to try to get the job done. You need like a million because they're getting lost and they're doing nothing. The egg sends out chemical signals, and it can determine the quality of the sperm. And it shuts down avenues and only opens up a place for one sperm, or the one that it wants to create with, because the woman does all the work of creation in her body. The baby cells are created with her cells. They share the blood, and it's just insane that these delulu men, like, even something that is as obvious as women create every human, they are so threatened. See, that's my thing. They're so threatened by that because I guess they're mad at their mother because a woman created them. And then if they want to have a baby, they need to find a woman again. So the women's supremacy is hanging over their heads, and they just are spinning out. And we would be helped. The world would be helped if people were taught the truth. If people were taught the truth of reality, that the female creates life, that the female is the goddess, and that men and women work together, yes. This idiot also said, Batman also said before, that men created everything. Like everything in the world was created by a man. Like, how delulu do you have to be? There's always been, well, besides creating every life, women were hunters. Now they're coming out, women were the best hunters. 80% of food in hunter-gatherer societies is provided by women. Women were building shelters. Women were building tools. Women were protecting. Women were providing. Besides having all the children, women were inventors all along. Patriarchy tried to erase it, and religions, and like the Bible that, says ridiculous things that Eve came out of Adam's rib. This doesn't help humanity to hear that, because on no world is a woman created by a man, but a man is created by the woman. So men have these false ideas, some men, false ideas of their supremacy over women. And then when they get into reality and are living, they see that they can't, women are smarter. Women, they don't have an upper hand over women, and certainly not biologically, they don't. They're dependent on women for a lot of things. So then it's this rage and this denial, and they're not even in reality. They are delulu. And, as my husband says, what are they doing just fighting with women on the internet? And yesterday there was this dude, Ducky, and he was on my friend's page, the woman that talks about men being delulu. He was on, first I saw that he had insulted one of my dance videos. He was like, like the laughy face at one of my dance videos. So he's, insulting me. I'm like, what an idiot. Then 5 minutes later, I see that he's on my friend's page insulting her. So Ducky legit has nothing to do but harass women about their content. So we are content creators. He's not a creator. These men aren't creators. They're just harassers. And what are you doing with nothing to do but just harass women? And how pathetic. How pathetic. How pathetic. Like, my husband's not on here. He's not on here ever. My sons aren't on here. They're not on here insulting women. And then Ducky yesterday was even crazier. He's calling me a Karen. He was calling me okay, Karen, because I said that he was harassing women. And so again, he's harassing. So to Batman and Ducky and all the men that legit have nothing to do, you don't know what time it is. And you're not even in reality. Men didn't create all life. Men didn't create everything. Like, seek help. And as a culture and as a world, we would be better off if we were taught the truth about the females, about the woman's ultimate creative ability and ultimate creative authority, and that men and women are to work together. But there is no universe that the goddess exists to serve men. There is no universe where that is the case. Got to deal with reality, guys. Get in reality.